I would say if you're too close to your exes, that's a red flag. Like,
cordial, cool.
Cordial, okay, you speak. I don't want y'all to have beef yet, okay? Because then that gets messy.
So how would you take it if it was genuine? Nah. You know, yeah, it's like...
It's not adding up for me.
It's not. Because I feel like if y'all gonna be that level of close, then we don't need to be doing this. Like, y'all should still try and probably figure that out or work that out.
Damson Idris didn't even bring Lori Harvey as his +1 to the Oscars. Let that satisfactorily sink in for a second. This man is in a whole public relationship with this woman. He's attending the biggest night in Hollywood, and he chose to walk that red carpet without her. And now we know why. Because according to people in his camp, Damson already knew this relationship wasn't going to last. He reportedly got with Lori for fun, not forever.
Okay, I know everybody has seen this Lori Harvey, Damson Idris makeout video. So hot. However, I never thought that their relationship was fake until now. And I hate that because I actually like them together. And like, I love me some Lori Harvey. I'm so glad the girls have her. I'm so glad we have her. She is a man-eater.
And the thing that finally confirmed what he apparently suspected all along, Lori was trying to contact Michael B. Jordan behind his back, and not just after the Oscar win. She'd been reaching out before that, and Damson found out. So while the internet is busy dragging Lori for getting ignored by Michael, the real story is that her current man is done with her too, and is apparently not holding back about why. So let me get into everything, because this love triangle just turned into a full public collapse. Okay, so for context, Michael B. Jordan just won Best Actor at the Oscars, the 6th black man to ever win in that category. Historic, career-defining.
I stand here because of the people that came before me. Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, Will Smith, and to be amongst those giants, amongst those greats, amongst my ancestors, amongst my guys. Thank you, everybody in this room and everybody at home for supporting me over my career. I feel it. I know you guys want me to do well, and I want to do that because you guys bet on me. So thank you for keep betting on me. And I'm gonna keep stepping up, and I'm gonna keep being the best version of myself I could be.
And naturally, congratulations were pouring in from everywhere. But the one call nobody expected was from Lori Harvey, because this is the same woman who spent the last 2 years publicly trashing this man. After they broke up in June 2022, Lori and her mother Marjorie ran a full campaign to destroy Michael's image. Marjorie's best friend Lisa Ray went public, claiming Michael had been cheating on Lori with a white ex-girlfriend. Marjorie reposted a clip of Jennifer Lewis saying, "If you sit in something too long, it stops smelling," as a direct shot at Michael. Lori posted a license plate on her Instagram stories that read, "Dump him." She did an interview saying Michael didn't meet her standards.
So figuring out what your non-negotiables are, never waver on them. And if also just not being afraid to walk away from something that is not fulfilling you, making you happy, you know, serving you, bringing out the best in you, being able to walk away from that and be like, okay, this isn't for me, and let me move on. And not feeling any shame about that. I feel like as women, they try to shame us into, you have to stay with this one person, or no, because what are people gonna think?
And the core narrative they pushed, that Michael only dates white women and was using Lori to appear connected to the black community, stuck for months because Michael never responded to any of it. He just went quiet. And while they were out there controlling the narrative and collecting their petty points, he was behind the scenes preparing for the role that would make him an Oscar winner.
When a woman finds a good one, then that's what you're looking for. But I will say that she's young still, you know what I mean? And I too was looking forward to them making it, because I thought, oh, you know what? She's been looking for someone to keep on her arm, to be able to have a relationship with that is meaningful and is successful, because we know that the girl gonna keep her somebody that is gonna be newsworthy. She ain't no joke. She ain't, and her mama, Marjorie, my girlfriend, she gonna make sure that she doing and navigating the right way, because she gonna make sure that she is. And I think every mother should do that, you know? But I think at the same time, she's young. I think the established relationship that Michael did have before this one, I think that maybe that social media, that all of that was a lot for him. And I think that he, you know, I heard about his ex, and him was so serious that he may have missed her.
And now suddenly Lori wants to congratulate him. According to reports, she tried to reach Michael multiple times right after the win. Calls, texts, the whole thing. And Michael didn't just ignore her casually. He reportedly told his team to block all access to him from her entirely. That's not passive avoidance. That's an active decision to make sure this woman cannot get anywhere near him or his moment. And honestly, after everything they put him through, that's the only response that makes sense. You don't get to spend 2 years dragging someone's name through the mud and then pick up the phone when they're holding an Oscar expecting them to be grateful you called. That's not how any of this works. But here's the part that takes this from embarrassing to genuinely messy. The timing of all this exposed something Damson Idris apparently already suspected. Because according to people close to him, Lori wasn't just reaching out to Michael after the Oscar win. She had been trying to contact him before that. And this reportedly isn't even the first time it's caused problems. Lori and Damson actually broke up briefly in 2023, and word on the street is that Michael was the reason. Not because Michael was pursuing Lori, but because Damson found out Lori was still trying to reach out to her ex. And that would explain why neither of them gave any real details about that 2023 split at the time. They got back together eventually, but if the reports are true, Damson never forgot what happened. He just filed it away and kept it moving. And the timeline of their entire relationship actually makes a lot more sense now. Michael and Lori broke up in June 2022. By November of the same year, less than 6 months, Lori was already rumored to be involved with Damson after they met at Odell Beckham Jr.'s party. And according to people in Damson's camp, he didn't approach that relationship with long-term intentions. He reportedly knew from the beginning that Lori was for the streets and got with her to have fun, not to build something serious. And when you look at his behavior, that tracks completely. He didn't bring her to the Oscars. He hasn't been publicly defending her through any of this.
Lori Harvey is back with her ex. I think she's back with Damson Idris for clout in the new F1 movie alongside Brad Pitt. Damson and Lori dated for a year from 2022 to 2023, now have been spot on vacation back together. And then after his big breakout with F1 this summer, got to participate in big events like the Met Gala. Is that why she's trying to get back together with him, or to be spotted with him at least?
And now that the Michael situation has blown up, he's apparently speaking on it openly and has nothing nice to say about Lori. That's not how a man behaves when he's invested in a relationship. That's how someone behaves when they were already halfway out the door and just needed one final reason to leave. And can we talk about how badly Lori misread this entire situation? Because the audacity of trying to call Michael while you're in a relationship with another man is one thing. But doing it when your current boyfriend's people are clearly willing to talk to the blogs about your business, that's a catastrophic miscalculation. Someone from her own camp or from Damson's leaked the information about her trying to contact Michael, and the internet immediately turned it into the biggest story of the week. And the commentary has been brutal. People are saying she's about to dump Damson like a bad habit now that Michael is an Oscar winner. People are saying she'll swing whichever way the wind blows. And the worst part for Lori is that none of this is coming from haters with no information. It's coming from people who are clearly close enough to the situation to know what's actually happening behind closed doors. And then there's Steve Harvey, who once again is caught in the middle of this and honestly seems like the only person in the Harvey family who has consistently had the right read on Michael. During all the shade throwing and narrative building after the breakup, Steve never once disrespected Michael. He never co-signed the cheating rumors. He never participated in the white women narrative. He and Michael ran into each other at a basketball game recently, and it was nothing but love hugging, shaking hands, genuine warmth between two men who clearly respect each other. And Lori's response to that was to demand that Steve cut Michael off entirely and stop talking to him, which is genuinely unhinged when you think about it, because you dumped this man, you trashed his reputation for 2 years, and now you're angry that your father still likes him? Steve apparently knows what everyone else can see, that Michael B. Jordan was the best man who ever walked into that family, and the Harvey women are the ones who fumbled it, not him.
The daughters is different because as their father, I'm their protector. I'm their example of what love looks like towards their mother. So how I treat their mother is very important because they're looking at it and they see it. So that's why I always try to be a great example for them for that. Every boy that has ever come through that door to date any of the 4 daughters, they've all heard the same speech. Hey man, listen to me. This could last, this might not last.
And what really seals this whole thing is the contrast between where everyone is right now. Michael just made history at the Oscars. He's A-list, he's untouchable professionally, and he's clearly at peace with how his life turned out. Lori is watching the man she dumped because she wasn't ready for marriage achieve the highest honor in his field, while she's simultaneously being exposed for sneaking behind her current boyfriend's back to reach him. And Damson is apparently done pretending he doesn't see what's happening and is openly clowning her for it. Even Kim Kardashian reportedly tried to shoot her shot with Michael after the win, which tells you exactly how much his stock has risen when a Kardashian is circling. You've hit a different level.
Sinners was original. That's why I should have got Best Movie Art. How many times do you see a black Southern soul movie mixed with vampire horror? You don't see that. You got Michael B playing two characters. They had to give it to him. Art, he played two characters. They had to give it to him. Not to mention, Sinners made more money than most of the movies it went up against.
But Michael chose distance from everyone. No rekindled romances, no entertaining old flames, no distractions. Just the Oscar and the work. And that clarity is exactly why he won in the first place, in every sense of the word.